Okay, think we are good to go. Hello, people, kind people of the internet. Now, I'm going to test something because I do have to use the bathroom. However, this does not mean there will be empty space. I set something up off stream. Let's see if it works. Headphones on, and we are going to get right into this. Let me load the stream up on my phone so I can look at chat while I'm doing all my game development stuff. Alright. Sorry, my brother sent me some goofy shit. Alright, let's see here. For some reason I have to view it on another account because of course. Because of course I'm not able to. Yippee. Alright, how's our audio levels doing? Our music might be a little quiet. Let's turn that up a bit. Alright, how's that now? That's better. Alright. Cool. Cool. Alright. Let me put chat over. Give me just a sec. I have to physically move chat. Okay, let's put this at like an angle, like right. That is not going to stand very well on its own. That's fine though. All right, so obviously, as the name of the stream implies, we're doing some game development stuff. Now, let me go to Godot real. Hang on. First, I want to make sure all this stuff works. Pixel Studio. All right. Nice. Okay, let's go to Godot here. And we will shift F11. Right? Okay, so right now, here's where I'm at. Okay, yeah, we've got all this. Don't know what those do. Okay. Anyway, we can toggle off the lighting still, that's all fine. Yes, of course. Hang on. Okay. So we got everything working. Only thing that does not work right now is the Inventory. It really doesn't work. And it's been so long since I've worked on this shit. That I have no idea what's even happening in my code anymore. So I really just want to scrap all of this. If I'm being completely honest, I want to scrap all of this and switch to a new game until I actually get enough experience to understand, like, to be able to just. Oh, what I could do is I could just toss out the entire update inventory function, and that would fix it. That would fix my problem, and then I just have to rebuild it. That's not like a terrible idea or anything. Oh, but I don't want to do that. I want to do something different. But what other type of game would I make? Like, let's be for real. Let's be for real though. I don't know what else I'd make. Yeah, you know what? Let's do a new project. Let's do a new project. Oh shit, you guys can't even see the project manager. That's fine. We're gonna. Oh, you can. It just takes forever. Godot is really slow at updating in OBS. We'll do. Do I want to make it a mobile game? Yeah, probably. I'll do a mobile game. New game project. New game. I don't even know anymore. Sure. Sure. Edit now. Yes. I'd love to make my game now. I'd really appreciate making my game now. Okay. Let's do some game deving. Let's do some game deving. It's gonna be 2D. It's gonna be a two-dimensional game. This much we know. We're cooking. We are cooking right now, guys. Alright. I'm gonna start with a 2D scene. This is the root of every game. Did Godot just crash? What the hell? This ain't going well. Okay, let's retry that. I moved the freaking viewer around and the freaking Godot engine crashed on me. What? Hello? What is happening? Did I do something? What is this? Why is it crashing every 2 seconds? Okay, I'm not gonna move yet. Is Godot, is OBS? OBS ain't even capturing this, bro. The 3D viewer is working. We are functional. Why is Godot not? There we go. Gosh dang, bro. Okay. Okay. Let's, Okay, let's do this shit. Let's do a 2D scene. Okay, are we gonna crash or are we gonna... You see, I don't understand why we're even crashing, because I know it ain't my damn specs. I know it's not my specs. You cannot even tell me it's my specs, because it's not. Because it's not, alright, buddy. Alright. Besides... Bruh. What? This is the stable build, by the way. This is 4.5 stable. It's not very stable. That's, okay, let's just not go full screen then. How about that? Two D scene right here. Okay. So I think we're good as long as we don't go into full screen. Just to test it, let's go into full screen. And it crashes. Yeah, I guess I can't go into full screen for some reason. Okay. Fine. Fine. No full screen for me. That luxury is just out the window, I suppose. Shit. You know what? No. No. Oh, it's a fly. I thought that was a spider. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna go get the latest version of Godot. Latest is 4.5 still. So has there not been an update since? Is this is literally as stable as it's gonna get for me. Is there? Yeah, that's the latest. This is supposed. Why does Godot crash when entering full screen? A driver issue. Overheating or low memory? No, I just put new thermal paste on and I have 32 gigs of RAM. Don't even. Updating my graphics drivers? Wouldn't I have to end stream for that? Bruh. I don't want to do that. No. What's my driver version right now? For real. What's my driver version? I mean, it could be outdated drivers. Hang on. My driver version is what? 581.15? I'm pretty sure that's... Those are pretty recent drivers. I'm pretty sure those are pretty recent. Yeah, that is incredibly recent. The latest is 581.29. So I'm pretty up to date on my drivers. It ain't that. I think, you know what, it doesn't matter. Let's just not go into full screen. Okay. Here we are. This is the start of...
There's all that we fight for, and all that we fight against.
Oh my gosh, there's ads. Are you kidding?
Futures won. We are Marines. We were
Bro, I'm not gonna be a Marine, I'm sorry. Dude, come on. The ads is crazy move, guys. Okay, anyway, so what kind of game do I want to make? Do I want to do a platformer? What do I want? This is the question. I would like to do a roguelike. I think I'd like to do a roguelike type of game. But what exactly do I have in mind? It doesn't have to be anything particularly unique. It just has to be a game that's mine, that actually works. So, this one's gonna be a little challenging. I could make the entire gimmick of the game the ability to only hold one item. If I really don't want to program an inventory, it is possible. I could call it single-handed and make it in the whole game. You can only have one item in your hand at a time. It is a rather dumb idea, but honestly, I think it'd be kind of cool. It would kind of slap, honestly. It would. So I'm gonna call this title screen. So I'm gonna make a title screen. Oh, that is typing. Okay. Wait, what? sec, guys. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Sorry, I'm still trying to think of what game I want to make. Okay. Okay, What game to make? What game to make, fellas? What game to make? What game to make? Again, it doesn't sound like a terrible idea. A roguelike where you can only hold one item is kind of funny. That is kind of funny. So first what I want to do is I want to do this. We're going to call this game. Okay. And then we're just going to do this. We're gonna do a scene. We're gonna call this. Oh wait, whoops. Actually, don't save. My arm is twitching. My arm is twitching, guys. This is bad. Okay, I realize I'm just sitting here doing a bunch of nothing, just texting people. Okay. I need to figure out what kind of game I want. So we're going to save this, and we're gonna create a. Oh. And we're gonna make a scenes folder. All right, let's actually get cooking here, guys. Let's get something done. I've been streaming for 20 minutes and I haven't done anything here. Okay, let's let's ignore the phone for a sec. So we have scenes. We're gonna do yes game, sure, and we're gonna do scenes. And we're gonna save this one as title screen. Save, yes, game, perfect. This is amazing. This is brilliant. Okay. Now that we have done this, we are going to make a character. We're gonna make a character. So what we're gonna do is we're going to make this other node character body 2D, which means we are also going to get a sprite. Also going to get a collision shape. So first we're gonna do the sprite, and for now we're just gonna plop the icon in there, and then we're gonna do the collision shape, and we're just gonna make it a square, or a rectangle, sorry. And the scale, we're gonna set that to 6.3. All right, I memorized yes, I memorized it. This is the default. This is the default. Okay. So, and then what we do is we add a script. I don't want to do the template. Oh, I have to actually call it player. Give me a sec. Player. Okay. Feels nice to be starting on an actual fresh project and not that confusing ass mess that was my last game. So now what we are going to do is give it a script. Yes, and actually I want to set this, can I set this to pretty sure there was something I'm supposed to do here. Collision mode, no. I forgot. Because by default, it's going to have gravity. I thought there was a floating setting I could give it. Oh, motion mode, floating, right there. Perfect. Perfect. That's all I needed. And we are going to, so we're going to go to our project settings. We're going to go to our input map, and we are going to start adding stuff. Left, right, up, down. Okay. Alright. So left, right, up, down, and we'll just do that for now. Let's just get the movement going. Left is going to be A. Yeah. Right's going to be D. Up is going to be W. Down is going to be S. And I'll add other options later. But for now, those will do. And we're going to do player script. Okay, and we're going to do function underscore ready. Pass. Function underscore process delta pass. Oh, okay. That's funny. Process delta pass. Yes, yes. Why is this yellow? Oh, it's because I have never used delta. Oh, I see. I didn't know they highlighted that yellow now. It's a nice little feature. Yeah, anyway. Right, so I want to get the movement down. So I'm gonna do function movement. Oh. we have that for left, right, up, down. Minus equals, or no, I should probably use velocity, shouldn't I? Ooh.
A real Etsy buyer review for handmade home decor by a real Etsy seller.
They are truly beautiful to look at and absolutely original.
Discover pieces.
Bro, I am not about to give out free advertising right now.
Etsy app.
Well, I guess I just did. Shit, never mind. Okay. Variable x movement factor. We'll do this. By default, it's going to be equal to 1. Variable y movement factor. It's going to be set equal to 1. There you go. Minus equals x movement factor times delta. We're going to pass in delta. About that. So that means if we're multiplying by delta, we'll do like 50 instead. Because delta's a really small number. Okay, and then we're going to do position. Holy hell. Position dot x plus equals x movement factor times delta. Now we're going to do up position dot y minus equals y movement factor times delta. Now we're going to do down. Position dot y plus equals plus equals y movement factor times delta, so that's left, right, up, down. Okay. All right, so now if we do that, and then we just run movement every frame. There we are. Okay, so let's run movement every frame, and oh yeah, we gotta pass in delta, that's right. So movement is ran every frame. Now we gotta save this as our player. And now to our game, we're gonna add a camera. And we're also going to instantiate the player. And we got WASD already set up, so if we just run this really quick. Oh geez. Okay, okay. Var friction equals we're also going to do 30 on friction. Else, actually no, that won't work because I'm not using velocity. How is that gonna work then? I would love to mess with friction variables, if possible. If possible. I don't know if I can, though, but if I could, that would be sick. That way I can make, like, ice levels and stuff. That'd be pretty cool. So I need to think about this. What I should do is, instead of making it add or subtract to the position, I should just increase or decrease the movement factor, and then have it constantly adjusting the position based on the movement factor. And if the movement factor is 0, then I would, or if we quit pressing this, then it would slowly drop the movement factor until it hits 0. Okay. Left, X movement factor is going to set equal to 50. So we're going to set these equal to 0 by default. X movement factor equals 50. So we'll do negative 50 on this. Y movement factor is going to be set equal to positive 50 here and then negative 50 there. That way I don't have to invert them later. I can just invert them now. Y movement factor equals negative 50 if we're going down. Wait, nope. We actually have up should be negative. Down should be positive. That always trips me up every single time. Every time. Just gonna make sure everything is working properly here. Yep, we have our audio. Good. Okay. Let's zoom in a bit. Okay, so, yep. And then X movement factor equals negative 50 times delta. Times delta. Delta times delta. So now if we move, it actually shouldn't do anything. Yep, it does nothing. Good. And then what we're gonna do is if I do if and then elifs, no, there's no point doing elifs. And then after we do that, else, or I guess, how is this gonna work? Shoot. Oh, I have to pee, so I'll be right back. don't think anyone's really watching, but that's not really the point. The point is I'm back. So let's just chill. Okay. Oh yeah, right. Might actually might actually need that to Where's my hello? I'm having an aneurysm as we speak. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let's chill. Okay, let's figure this one out. Definitely got to figure this out here. So, right now we're changing our movement factor. Here's what I'll do. I have an idea. We can kind of like create artificial momentum this way. Thinking. So let's get rid of the times delta here. Because we don't really need that here yet. It'll just complicate it anyway. So what I want to do is if x movement factor is greater than negative 200, and we're going to indent this. Right. We're going to do minus equals 5. Now, just to test this, at the end of all of this, I'm going to do, what are we going to do here? We're going to do, x. So we're going to do position dot x is going to be set equal to the x movement factor times delta. Okay. And while I'm doing this, I'm actually also going to print the x movement factor. Interesting. Position dot x is set equal to x movement factor times delta at the end of all of this. Okay, I'm not seeing the problem here. What if I do move and slide? Will that fix anything? I know the movement scripts are supposed to use move and slide. Oh, here's my problem. We're gonna do plus equals movement factor times delta. Oh, okay. Okay. You know what? Yeah. You know what? That's kind of fire, actually. Hang on. I might be cooking on this movement system here. So what we've got here is and then if x movement factor is less than 200, x movement factor plus equals 5. If y movement factor is less than 200, y movement factor plus equals 5. Or should it be minus equals? I think it's minus equals for that. And then it would be less than, is greater than negative 200. Pretty sure. And then we do this one. If y movement factor is less than 200, y movement factor plus equals 5. So if we do this, okay. Okay, so, nope. Oh, okay, and then we have to do this. Position dot y plus equals the y movement factor times delta. This creates a kind of cool, like, okay. Kind of mess with it. I want to create a friction value, though. And I feel like here's the issue I have with this code so far. The issue is since the amount it's being increased by is actually frame rate dependent and not multiplied by delta, the higher your frame rate, the faster you're going to accelerate. And I'm pretty sure this is true, because if I do this, if I do max at PS equals 30, if I do that, the entire thing moves slower. But if I said it's a 120, yeah, there's our problem. So what I actually want to do is I want to do delta. I want to do, shoot, I don't know what delta is going to be. I like the rate at which it's moving now, but I want to do this current speed, but it has to be being multiplied by delta. So we'll do like, I don't know, 50 times delta. We're gonna do it the original idea. And the thing is, if it's being multiplied by delta, I don't think it needs to be multiplied by delta again. Well, hang on, let's think about this. So the movement factor is being increased and decreased by delta, so that's not frame rate. But then it's very possible for your position to be altered frame rate dependently if we don't add delta. So while yes, the rate at which your velocity will increase will be the same across all frame rates, the actual rate at which your position is changed would then be frame rate dependent. So we do have to keep this multiplied by delta both times. Okay. That is just ridiculously slow, though, because we're multiplying it by delta twice. Okay, also that one was only 5. We're gonna do 500. Yeah, that's about what we were doing earlier. Interesting. Don't know why it does that. Listen, did I type 204 somewhere? No, okay, it doesn't do it perfectly evenly. I see. I want it to, but for now, yeah, because then you'll move right slightly faster than you move left. And that's not what I want. And what I want to do is, after that's done, I want to do the x movement factor minus equals friction times delta. I'm gonna multiply everything by delta just to be safe, to make sure that there is just no game-breaking bugs at higher or lower frame rates. X movement factor. X movement, that's the Y movement factor. And then I guess we'll do plus equals friction times delta. So if we do this, interesting. What is happening there? Okay. We're gonna do X friction and Y friction then. Do x friction, then we're gonna do var y friction equals y friction equals. Okay, so here, well, what? Okay, here. I think the x friction will be fine. Just to be, we'll only test the x friction here. Just to be sure. Oh shoot, hang on. Here's what we'll do. If we're going left, that means x friction needs to be multiplied by -1. But then what happens if you go right? Oh, wait, hang on. Here, we can just do this. We can just do this. X friction equals -30. Oh, wait, hang on. Hang on, but what if, since this is a variable, I want this to change depending on what material you're on as well later in the game. So, this one's a little complex. So the X friction by default is -30. Times equals X friction -1. Does that work?
Bethany values me.
Okay, I
Many
don't.
professors know me by name and want me to be successful.
Business.
I have no
nursing,
idea what ad we're
finance.
listening to.
Bethany has
Okay,
me
hang on.
value
So,
my future, my career.
let me think about this really quick. So if we go left, will we start? Oh shit. No. Okay, hang on. Okay, shoot. So X friction equals, and then Y friction equals. Variable, we're going to do friction number. We're gonna really start complicating this more than we have to. It's going to be equal to 30. Then X friction is going to be set equal to the friction underscore number. Okay. And if we're going right, then our X friction is going to be set equal to the friction number times -1. That should work. There's no reason that shouldn't work. Dog, what? Okay. Okay, we'll multiply those. We'll set those to 0 by default, so that shouldn't move anything. Okay, it is just, yeah, it is just perpetually getting faster. Hello? Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Okay, so times 1, and then I guess we'll do times -1 there. That should work. The friction is really slow. We're going to increase the friction number to like 80. Because this needs to be on whatever the default ground is. Okay, now we're going to do like 200, I think. What? Okay, hang on. What's the problem here? What's happening? Okay. Okay, hang on. I think I have a fix for this. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So, if the movement factor is greater than negative 200, then the friction is set to the friction number times negative 1. Okay, that shouldn't fix our problem quite yet. No, it in fact does not. For some reason... Okay. It's going to be set equal. It's not going to be set, it's going to be a Boolean. Equals false. By default, that is false. Okay. Then under all of these, we need to do is moving. It's going to be set equal to true for all of these. Is moving. It's going to be set equal to true. I am actually going to do ellipse here. I don't think that'll break anything. Actually, it might. I think that might remove its ability to do all of these things at once. Because if the first one is done, doesn't it just skip over the rest? I think that's how that works, unfortunately. Just to be safe, though, else we're going to do is moving equals false. Hang on now. Okay, interesting. It does, in fact, break what I thought it would, which is really unfortunate. Okay, so if, then, okay, yep, left, then that, then is moving is equal to true. Jeez, okay, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. This one, this movement system is gonna be so unoptimal, but it's all I can think of at the moment. Okay, and then we're gonna do is moving vertically. Whoops, horizontally, I mean. Going to be set equal to true. I'm gonna copy this line of code, and we're just gonna paste that shit right there. Perfect. Okay, so is moving horizontally. True and true. Now, here's the kicker though. We're gonna do if input dot is action released, just released, left. If input dot is action pressed, right equals false. Print is not moving horizontally. Okay, yep, love the caps lock. Is not moving horizontally. So if I am moving left, and if I just release left, and then I okay. I believe it's printing it. If I comment this out really quick, and we just whoops, we just pass that there. I thought I said not to print. Oh, whoops, I commented out the wrong thing. Control K. There we go. There we go. Is not moving horizontally. Okay, perfect. Then the X movement factor. Whoops, hang on. If X movement factor is less than 0, X. Dude, I don't care. X movement factor.
Happy middle ground between both and being able to
I don't care.
some of my favorite mediums.
Dude, leave me alone. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Anyway. So the X movement factor is going to be plus equals, let's see here, plus equals 500 times delta, because that's the number we used. If X movement factor is less than 0, X, wait, hang on, is less than 0, I mean is greater than 0, X movement factor plus equals, no, it would be minus equals 500 times delta. Now, I see an issue this might present. Okay, that still does not fix that for whatever reason. So we're gonna print our movement factor really quick. I'm really confused here. What's going on? Okay, come on now. Is just released, and then if input is false, then if the X movement factor is less than 0, it's adding. We're just going to do if here instead and see if that's anything. And then if it's greater than 0, it should be subtracting. And then on top of this, after all that code is executed, we're going to do a print. For real. We're going to comment this out again. I don't think we even need move and slide. I don't know what that does. Why is it doing that? So it's supposedly doing that. I guess what we can do instead is we're going to copy this code, and then we're going to do is moving horizontally. It's going to be set equal to false. Then after the end of this, if moving horizontally equals false, we're going to copy that shit in there. Okay. Okay. All right. Does adjusting my friction number change that? Because if not, we're gonna have, yeah, we might have a problem there. It's not terrible. We're gonna do 200, sure. And then minus equals, I wanna do minus equals the friction number times delta instead. I think that might fix things. there. Then adjusting the friction should... Okay, something's up there. Something is, something's going on there. Do y'all catch that? Or is it just me? Or is it, just me? Something... Interesting. Okay, the problem here... Okay, if it's greater than 0, then it should be minus equals the... Hang on, no, that's so confusing. Hang on, no, the friction number is positive, right? But so if we're doing less than 0, we are adding the friction number. And if we're greater than 0, we're subtracting the friction number times delta. That should work totally fine. I'm really confused. Oh, it's because we only have it going one way. I see. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. Left equals false. Then moving horizontally equals false, and if is moving horizontally equals false. So this should now work both ways. Okay. Perfect. Now we just have to do the same thing for the y-axis. You know what? We're already getting somewhere. This is a more advanced movement system than I've ever made, so just being able to do this right off the top of my head ain't bad. Wait, but just to be clear, if we do a different frame rate, it should not affect anything. It does not. Perfect. That's actually really cool. That's nice. That's actually super nice. So if we do that. Okay, so now we just have to pretty much copy paste what we did for the x-axis to the y-axis. This is just, this is kind of ridiculous though. I love all the if statements I'm seeing. This shit is goofy, but that's fine. Okay. So what we're doing is, so then is moving vertically is going to be equal to true. We're going to just copy paste that over to here as well. Okay, so that's fine. And then we're going to do if is moving vertically equals false. If y movement, oops, no. Do I not have a, oh, I do have a y movement factor, is greater than 0 as if y movement factor is less than 0 as, so if it's greater than 0, so if it's in the positives, it means we have to subtract either way. Pretty sure, yeah. So, yep. So I think we would just do y movement factor minus equals friction number times delta. And if it is less than 0, y movement factor equals friction number. We're going to do plus equals friction number times delta. Okay. Tasty. Yummy. Okay. Is moving vertically, if that's false. Okay. and then we have to find a way to make sure is moving vertically is false, and I know what to do here. So if input is action, okay, if I could type, holy, action just released, we'll actually do just released up. If input dot action is action pressed, oops, jeez, is action pressed down equal to false, then we're going to do is moving vertically equal to false. If input dot is action just released, and we are going to do down if input dot is action pressed up. Again, it's that same place that I make that typo in every time. Is action pressed up equals false, then is moving vertically, it's going to be set equal to false. Okay, that should be my movement system for now. I think that is pretty good. That's kind of lit, actually. Something interesting just happened there. Why does it do that? Something is awry here. Something's going on there. I don't know if you're catching that. Looks like the, whoops. Looks like the, Y, or the X-axis is, interesting. What's the Y movement factor? Oh, it's because I'm not setting the friction. I'm not setting the friction. Okay, so I have to set the Y friction. That's what I'm forgetting here. So Y friction. So what did I do for the X friction? Equals friction number times 1. So then we're going to do, yep, is moving horizontally if movement factor is less than that. So then the friction is set. So we're going to do Y friction is going to be equal to friction number, so it should be going in the opposite direction as the movement, and so what we're doing is pressing down, so we need to, Y friction should be -1, I would think, times Y friction equals friction number times -1, and then up should be Y friction equals friction number times 1. And we'll know very quickly if it should be the other way around. There we go. Feels like we're sliding around a tad much. So if we do 100, so this should make our friction very... Oh, that decreases friction. I have to increase the number. Shoot, we'll do like double the friction that we had. We'll do like 400. Okay, well, clearly we have a problem. We're gonna do speed times delta. Oh, wait a sec, hang on. No, that should be actually totally fine, now that I think about it. Okay. Speed times delta. Speed times delta. Speed times delta. Speed times delta. So then, okay, so now we can control the friction and the speed. So obviously if we have high friction, we're gonna want higher speed, but we should still have more abrupt stops, right? Definitely, yeah. It feels unresponsive though. It feels very unresponsive. It feels like I'm lagging behind, kinda. Like it just, ooh, I am not liking that. So, what do I want to do here? Do I increase the speed? To change that, we'll do like 1500 speed and we'll see what happens. I will make it faster. I bet I could do 3000. Interesting. It's kind of clunky, but hang on. If we do like 6000, it is getting more responsive. And we do stop more abruptly still, so okay, we'll do like 12,000. We're gonna get like a really, I mean, it's interesting, it's different, definitely. And so if we do like super high friction, we'll double it, 800, but we're gonna double our speed to 24,000. That should give me pretty good results. It's struggling. Something is struggling in the Godot engine. Not sure what it is. Maybe my numbers are too high. It's struggling to keep up with something, and I don't know what it is. I think it's my speed number, 12,000. I think we're running into a limitation with the Godot engine here. And we're gonna do 400 friction, because I wasn't receiving any problems here. Yeah, very few problems. It's still doing it. Am I just crazy? Hang on, we're gonna print engine.fps. Yeah, frames per second, yeah. Weird, okay. Okay, hang on. Does this break anything? If I do this, or is this gonna hopefully do what I think it'll do? If is moving vertically is equal to false, then it'll start subtracting. That should make it smoother, I would think. That is fixing our problem. I think that fixes our problem right there. This is quite a lot for a movement system, but that's okay. That's fine. Jeez, 11 to how many? 11 to 59. So we just take 59 minus 11. That's 48 lines of code per my movement system. That's kind of nuts. It's pretty in depth, I will say. We've got friction, we've got velocity, without directly using the velocity variable, because I hate using the velocity variable, and I'm not sure why, but I just do. I would literally rather create my own friction system than use that damn variable. No idea why. I just don't like it. Just don't like it. What can I say? It just sucks. It just sucks. Plain and simple, it sucks. Don't know why. It just does. Okay, so we're doing pretty well. I want to fiddle with the friction and the speed values a little more. Yeah. Okay. I must be like a diabetic or something because I have to pee again. Hold up. Alright. So, what's the next plan? Oh yeah, fiddle around with the speed and the friction variables until we get what we want. So what exactly am I feeling? Let's figure that out. I feel like the friction needs to be higher, but the speed's pretty good. We're gonna go 800 on friction. I'm gonna see if I can go like 20,000 on that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I think that's honestly fine. I think, yeah, that's not terrible. I think that's pretty good for our movement system. Now, am I wasting my time doing move and slide? Let's find out if I actually need it. I feel like it's different without move and slide, or I might tweak it? Or did that genuinely change something? Whoa, something weird. Okay, I'm really confused on what's happening here. Is that just me? Am I tweaking? Am I... Something's going on here. No, no, no. Yeah, take a look. What is happening? Why are we moving? Okay. What is happening here? Why are we moving when we're stopped? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna print my X movement factor. Whoa, 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 no. Okay. So the X friction, wait a second. Wouldn't it just be our friction number instead? Why am I using X and Y friction here? Yeah, no, this should just be done with our friction number. Don't know why that's happening. Don't know what I was on, but let's see if that fixes our issue. Whoa, that definitely does not fix our problem. I'm so okay. Hang on now. Those are so. Is this just are these lines of code completely pointless? No, wait, they're not. Wait, what are they? Hang on. If moving horizontally is equal to false, the movement factor equals the movement factor minus the X friction times delta. What if I just set it to 0? The X movement factor equals 0. What happens if I do that? It totally removes our... Hang on. So hang on, X movement factor, so that already does this. Is less than 0, adds friction number times delta. Greater than 0, we don't need this anymore. So if it's greater than 0, X movement factor minus equals the friction number times delta. Okay. So do I just have to... I just have to get it to equal 0. So I just have to pick a correct correct friction number. It has to, like, pretty much perfectly equal 0. So if I do 802, are we getting further away or closer? We're getting further away. We'll do 799. If I do 800, let me see here. Okay, hang on now. We're gonna do 750. Okay, we're getting there, guys. 600. We're very close. It's basically not moving. Basically. We're gonna go 599. We're really just gonna try this. Really just gonna try. I'm sure there's a way easier way to do this, and I just don't know it. Okay. 599.5. How about that, guys? How about that? 599.9. How about it? 0.999999. But 600? Wait, hang on. 600. That was getting me like... Why is it different now? What is happening? What is going on here? Okay. The friction number times delta. Okay. I mean, I might just have to leave it, honestly. It ain't gonna be perfect. I mean, why am I sliding? Makes no sense. If moving horizontally is equal to false, if the x movement factor is less than 0, then it adds. If it's greater than 0, it subtracts. Okay. What if we remove the times delta? I know this is going to be a problem, but... oh my gosh, it's a huge problem. Okay. Okay. What I could do is I could do timer, create, and we're gonna call this not moving. We're gonna start that. And I will do the same thing here. Not moving dot start. And then what I can do here is go to node, timeout, connect that to the player script, connect. Okay. Actually, no, this is a bad idea. I like the execution. Unfortunately, I'm going to disconnect this because this is not in the right spot. Frankly, I don't see why this needs to be in my game script when it could easily just be in my player script. Not my my player scene. So if I just add a timer here, yeah, this should be way better. And I'll call it not moving. Then I'll connect it to the player. Connect. If not moving horizontally. Wait, hang on, that's not right. If is moving horizontally is still equal to false after this, then the x movement factor is going to be set equal to 0. All right. If is moving vertically equal to false, then the y movement factor is set equal to 0. Okay. Now we're just going to experiment with this, and we're going to make this like 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Okay. Not moving start. I'm going to make this 1 shot. Okay. This is a really bad idea. I know it is, but shit. Don't have anything else to do. Okay, let's think here. Is there anything else I need to do here before I try this out? Yeah, not moving, the 2 seconds, not moving start there and there. Oh, I need to make sure it's printing, yep, X movement factor. Okay, let's try it out. Whoops, I need to go to my game here. Interesting. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Go to script. If is moving vertically is equal to false, it should then start my not moving timer. And then on the not moving timeout, it should be doing this. The wait time is set to 1 second. That's fine, it should work. I don't see why it wouldn't. And it only starts once you stop moving. And if you're still not moving even after that, is it doing anything? Is this even being executed? So if I do like print timer, is this even doing anything? Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Is it not being started, or what's the deal here? Oh, wait. Hang on. This isn't still connected, is it? No, it's not. This can be deleted. Delete that. And go to player, not moving. This is connected. We're starting it on both of these. Just gonna make sure it knows which one I'm talking about. Wondering if maybe that's our issue. Otherwise, I don't know. I couldn't tell you what's going on here. Go to the inspector. If we turn one shot off, does that change anything? No, it doesn't. So confused here, guys. Genuinely unsure. Okay, whoa. And this is a 2-second timer. We'll set it to 1 second. What if I do physics? Does that change it? I'm so... It's not doing anything. It's like it's never timing out, which is weird because it should be being started. If I print something after this, I mean, this is being executed, but for some reason it's not doing anything. Why is that? This normally works. I've never had a problem with this before. I know you're not supposed to use timers in the process function, but it's kind of always been my style. But I guess it's not going to work. Okay. Maybe I'm adding this to the wrong thing. And removing these won't do anything, of course. I don't get it. What's happening? Why is it not working? What if... Couldn't I just do this instead? Theoretically speaking. And since I turned one shot off, it should loop this. But that means that if you stop at just the wrong time, your momentum gets cut off, which is not optimal. It's not what we want to do here. We do that. Hey! Nice! Okay, okay. Hang on, so we do that. So if we decrease this to like 0.2 on the timeout here. And you know what, we can afford to make it one shot, I think. I think it'd still work if it was one shot. So if I do that. I think we stop a little too fast here, given our friction value. We're gonna do 0.4. 0.4. Something funky is going on with my movement. It feels a little off sometimes. Like, why do I just get slower if I... It's kind of unique. I'll just call it unique. I'll call it unique. Sure. Sure thing. There's our movement system. We've got it. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Aha. Jesus. That was... Okay. Let's see what next. Okay, so we have this. So if I go to game and we just slap this in, it's weird, I will say, how you start off fast and you get slower. Don't know why that is exactly. But okay. Doesn't really happen if you like... No, it still does. Interesting. Weird. That's really strange. I'll still leave it, because fuck it, honestly. I mean, it's whatever, but... If I go to the script here, I can just press pass on this. Okay. So game, go to 2D here. So we just have our camera, we just have our player. Pretty basic stuff. Pretty basic. Get a drink here. Now, we're going to want to figure out where the player is pointing. And of course I want to put that on the player script. So there's our movement. Boom, look at how much better that looks already without all the, you know what I'm saying? Function detect mouse. Okay. Get angle 2. Oh, I see. Get, ooh, local and global mouse position. And if we get global mouse position, and we print, actually, yeah, let's just print it. Let's just print and get global mouse position. So if I go to the game and I have to actually run detect mouse, that's right. Detect mouse. Oh, that works. That actually works. No shot. That's actually awesome. That's amazing. That's actually awesome. Did not think that would work so well. Get angle 2. Then we're going to get global mouse position. I don't see why that wouldn't work. So we're going to do var angle equals, then we're going to print angle. Okay. Angle dot degrees. It doesn't work. I'm pretty sure that's in radians, isn't it? Okay, give me a sec. Rad to degree. Let's try it. Angle dot rad to degree. Oh dear lord, what did I press? No, it's doing this again. Oh no. Press the insert key. Did I really accidentally press insert? I totally did. Angle equals angle dot rad to degree. That's the function, right? What? What do you mean? Are you kidding me? No, 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 no. There's gotta be a way to do this. There's gotta be. You can manually convert it by multiplying by 180 over pi, or use the rotation degrees property of a node to set or get its rotation rotating degrees. Rad to degree or rad to degree? No, Jesus. Okay. Multiplying it by 180 over pi. Multiply that by 180 divided by pi. Okay. Okay, well now we still have to print angle. Well, it does go to 180, I'll give it that. Goes to 180 and then to negative 180. It doesn't go all the way to 360. That's fine. Pretty sure that's all I actually need. Pretty sure that's all I actually need. So then what we can do is give me a sec. I have an idea. If I go to player and I add a little sprite, we're gonna call this thing direction indicator. And we're gonna give it, you guessed it, the icon. Okay. Now, we're going to make it small. We're going to give it 0.2 scale. And we're gonna go to the script. Detect mouse. So, direction indicator dot rotation underscore degrees equals angle. I don't see why that would be a problem. Oh, that is a problem. Rotation degrees with value type float on base object sprite 2D. What? You saying I can't rotate it? Are we dead ass right now? Can you not rotate a sprite? Oh wait, I typed it wrong. I made a typo. Silly me. Okay, that's not gonna work because I don't have a camera there. It was angle minus 90. I think that should... Okay, and that's relative to the player. I don't know how to make this work. This is math I've never done before. Can I set this thing's origin point to... Ooh, that might work actually. Hang on. If I set this thing's origin point... Nope! Let me move it. No! Why can I not move its little origin point things, like, specifically? Why is it that I can only do that sometimes? Oh, that's a little annoying. Okay. Fine. That's okay. It's okay. Can I set this thing's origin? Offset. Centered? Yeah, sure. We'll center that. Offset. Okay. Oh, okay. I see what that does. Rotation, ordering. What does that do? No visibility, no skew. No. What does region do? Oh, no. Don't even want to know what that does yet. How do I rotate it relative to something? Scripting, manual calculation, get a vector between the two objects. Interesting. Okay, all that does is affect the rotation degrees. Okay, but let me do some thinking here. Oh, this is so complex. I forgot how to do all this math. So what I needed to do is go in a circle like this around the player, maintaining a constant relative rotation. So this bottom should always face the player. So it'll be like down here, then it'll be there, then it'll be there. So how do I get it to go in a circle? So I need to change its position, definitely. Dot position equals angle. I don't know what that'll do, but we're gonna find out. Position, the value type of float on a base object is spread to D. How is that invalid? What? Position, oh, that's why, because angle is not a vector too. So I'll do position dot x. Oh, that's kind of interesting, actually. Okay, so that does that. How can I use that exactly? Hang on. So, equals angle, and I'll do the, direction indicator dot position dot y equals angle. We're just gonna throw shit together, and we're just gonna see what happens. Yeah, not quite. Not quite what I'm looking for. Okay, okay, so I need to, oh man. Oh, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this mathematically. So, I mean, the distance is going to be the same, no matter what. It will always be at the same distance relative to the player, which is fine. But, oh, hang on. What I could do is maybe, direction indicator, and I could add a, is there a path 2D? Yes, there is a path 2D. Contains a curved 2D path for path follow 2D nodes to follow. Can have path follow 2D child nodes moving along the curve 2D. See path follow 2D. Path 2D. Then I'm going to create a path follow 2D. Progress. Interesting. Okay, hang on. Hang on, we might be onto something here. Let me delete this. Yes. Hang on. This path 2D curve. Can I make this like a circle? Points. The y value, I want to -10. Okay, -400. Okay, -200. Sure. We've got that. We're gonna add another. What the hell just happened? Out and in. What does this mean, bro? So -200, 0. I'm gonna add another. Then as it's going out, I'm gonna do, I don't know, 200, 0. 300. And then it would go into, hang on. If I do this and we go in, okay, hang on. So it's going to there. What if I do it again? What do I do here? Position. I'm a little confused. Yeah, so if I go 300. Okay, hang on. I think I'm starting to get it. I'm gonna trash all these. Give me a sec. Position of the first point, -200 at axis level 0. Okay. Out. If I just don't do anything there. Whoops, okay. So this path 2D, we're gonna make that 0. What if I do 200? I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means. I don't know what any of this means though. I'm gonna look this up because this might, brother. So let me think. Let me think here. Okay. Godot Path 2D tutorial. Okay. Using the Path 2D.
Let's imagine you've made an amazing platform game and you've even got enemies when you hit them there.
Yep, sure.
In this video, I'm going to show you the really cool Path 2D node and the Path Follow 2D nodes that are going to help us do this. So I've started with a completely blank, empty project. I'm just going to add a 2D onto it, and we're just going to use this as our top level enemy. I've just renamed that to enemy. The next thing we're going to do is add that amazing Path 2D node to it. From there, with the Path 2D selected, you can see all the tools on the top center of your screen.
Oh, can I just like straight up just
add selected? I'm just going to click on the left. I'm going to click on the right. And to close the loop, I'm actually just going to create another point exactly where the first one was. It can be a little bit fiddly, but if you persevere, I'm sure you'll get there. The next step is to add the Path Follow 2D node. The Path Follow 2D node just...
Okay, hang on. We're going to go to Godot here. I'm going to click that. We're going to go to Godot. Okay, let's erase whatever bullshit we have there. What is this? So if we click Hello? I want to add points, buddy. I want to add points. Shift drag? What? Control, oh, it's control and click to add a point. I don't even know what that shit means. This path 2D, does this thing have, why does this thing even have a transform? When did that happen? Okay, then we're going to control, click, 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 click. Bro. How do I close that loop, bro? Let me. Sure. Okay, now how do we curve these? Left click. Oh, hell no. Close curve, no. I want to curve these in like a little circle thing. Split segment in curve. Okay, that is interesting to say the least. It's not quite centered, you know, but if I like whoa. If I like move it a little, that's pretty, you know, I will consider that good enough if that works. I will consider that plenty fine for me. Yeah. You know what, hang on, if I put this, hang on, no. I do want to put this at 0, 0, and I do actually want to center it. Now that I think about it. I will consider that good enough if we can manage to get that to work. I think that will be good enough for me. Quite honestly.
Underneath this, you can add anything you want to the path follow 2D node, including an entire enemy if you really wanted to, and it will behave exactly as it should behave, but it will follow the path as well. For our purposes, I'm just going to add a sprite 2D.
Okay, so he's doing what I'm doing here.
Path. I'm just going to drag on the standard Godot SVG, and I'm also going to just make it a little bit smaller because it takes up quite a lot of
That's what I'm saying. Anyway.
To 0.5 across both the axes. And don't forget to save your scene so that you don't lose all this awesome art.
Oh yes, of course.
Now, this path
I haven't saved it in a while.
Awesome properties. This top one called progress. This is measured in pixels, and as you move that, you'll see that the object moves.
Okay, interesting stuff here, guys. So, theory. The theory is so path follow 2D right here, and hypothetically speaking, if we give this a sprite, we give this a silly little sprite 2D here. Just a silly little sprite. And we, oh, it actually, the rotation's a little off at the top, though. Can I make it always? Yeah, so if we, I would accept that. I think that would be fine if that worked the way it seems to want to work there. So, what I want to do is mouse indicator, and then the path follow duty. I'm gonna call basing. I'm gonna do direction indicator. And we're gonna do Direction indicator. Whoops, hang on. Direction indicator dot progress is going to be equal to angle divided by 10. Well, let's see what that does. What if we just do angle? Angle times pi. Times 2. Okay, we're a little ahead of the curve now. We're gonna do times 1.2. Well, it doesn't seem to fall behind at all, which is good. Times 1.4. Okay, we'll do times 1.6. Weird. If angle is greater than 0, direction indicator dot progress is going to be set equal to the angle times pi. I want to print angle again, actually. So where exactly is it greater than 0? So along this entire bottom half. Angle times the progress ratio? I mean, I can try it. I don't think that'll do anything. Yeah, that's not going to do anything if the progress ratio is already at 0. We're going to do multiply this by 5, and we're just going to see what happens. Multiply by 6. It's weird. It's very strange. Don't like it. Hang on. Okay. It's so close, but it's just not quite there. My gosh. We're getting somewhere here, boys. Very odd. What if we just do this? What if we just do this? It's weird because it's able to catch up. That's in degrees. How do I get it to go to be a number out of 360? I don't think I can, but that's fine. Maybe radians would be better. What if we try radians? Maybe it'll work. What did I just mess up? Oh my god. Divide that by 2? Maybe. Not quite. Divide that by 4. Divide by 3. There's got to be a different way to do this because this clearly isn't going to work the way I want it to. All right, let's go to player here and we'll remove the paths, I suppose. We're gonna delete. Yes, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm ready to see the red right here. That's fine because it didn't actually show it. Okay, so. Oh, how is this gonna work? I need to think about this very carefully here. We're just gonna add a sprite for now. Direction indicator, perfect. Okay, and then we're going to the offset. Oh wait, isn't there the rotate around? I swear to God there is. I swear to God that is it. That is a function. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Just give me a sec. Give me a minute. Okay, we'll do that. Now, oh shit, there was my phone battery. Unfortunate. So let me... Okay. Okay. No way. I'm vibe coding right now. Interesting. Okay. I had the right idea. So let me think about this here. Okay. So yep. Our center object equals, okay, I know, okay, I'm just gonna follow this little tutorial. We don't actually need the detect mouse function here, which is fine. We're gonna get the direction indicator here. And we're gonna give it a script. Scenes new. We actually need a scripts folder. For some reason my player scripts in my scenes folder. I mean in my root folder, but that's fine. Create see what I gotta do here. So it says to on ready, center orbit equals get parent. Okay. Oops, didn't put a space there. Okay, and then we're gonna do, okay, I guess orbit speed. (1.0). Found identifier instead. Wait, oh, orbit underscore speed. I'm making the silliest little mistakes right now. Okay. Get global mouse position. Okay. Simple tutorial here, but that's okay. Okay, yep, so, and then we get mouse center object. Okay, hang on. So, whoa, holy hell. This is a long string of code here. Okay. And then this would just be the center object dot global position dot angle to point mouse position. What does that even mean? Set the rotation to face the mouse. Rotation equals angle to mouse. Is that it? Is that all I have to do here? Kind of. We have to add 90 degrees by default. But that's insane. That is insanely good. Pretty sure we removed all of that shit. All that nonsense. There we go. Rotation 90 degrees by default, and that should follow our mouse position now. What? My brother in Charismo. What is happening? I'll have to adjust it in the script. Rotation, plus, oh shoot. We're gonna do plus 90. We're gonna multiply that by, I don't know. We'll just do plus 90. I think that'll be in radians, unfortunately. Hang on. Yeah, kind of the offset is was the angle to mouse by default is in radians. So if I do 1.507 radians. There we go. No way. We actually did it. We have a little indicator, and we can increase the rotation speed to be, we're going to do like 5 or something like that. That way it perfectly keeps up. We'll just do like 100. Make sure it can really just snap to it. This is crazy. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. That's lit. That's actually really nice. Perfect. And I'm gonna put my player script right there. It should still work. So all of this should work in conjunction with each other. There we go. That's huge, guys. This is huge progress. I will leave it there for tonight, I am afraid. But that's okay. But that's fine. I will see you all in the next one. This is great progress. I'm gonna save this and it's gonna be perfect. I will see you all tomorrow. I'm probably gonna get